No, it's not there, sir. There we go. There we go. Hey, Malibu. All right. I guess I got my video, so we're live now. And my name's Mike. This is MT Paranormal. It's my YouTube channel. I do paranormal investigations. And as your first time, I'd ask you to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification also so you'll know when new videos post. And like the videos. I appreciate it. And I got Declan here with me. Let me get the camera here so we can see each other. There's Declan joining us again.
Scoot over.
Yeah, come on over. Get the camera in the center. There we go. So how you doing, Malibu? Something situated here. Hey, Ramona. Danse. Doing good. Doing good. I don't know if you guys seen that, but I was with the cameraman crew um, the other night. We did I joined them on one of their live hunts, and we had some pretty interesting things happen. Had a big storm hit, which was pretty intense. If anybody's seen that, that was a pretty intense moment. But I know when Declan and I did the Hopewell investigation, it was the last time had Declan on, and we got to talk about our experiences. So I got a hold of him, and he came over today, and we were going to talk about our experiences over at the research site, which were, boy, I don't know where to start with that one, honestly. Um, Let me go ahead and bring up some of the video here, and we can go over some of that. So, did you have a preference, you think, Declan, over which place, which investigation you like better? Different experiences, I guess, altogether.
Yeah. See, Hopewell, I was a little nervous because it's my first time investigating ever, but I keep knocking your chair. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. Um, but West Branch was a little bit more intense, I guess. Because the first investigation was like I was really tense because it was my first time. I was nervous and was anxious, and the second time I got over that, but it was a little anxious. But I think I like West Branch really a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I like both areas. They both have some interesting things that were, I guess, different. Like the EVP, that native EVP was pretty amazing, I thought. Um, but West Branch is really just like I call it. It's like an ancient place over there. People don't realize um, some things about that we learned that it never froze over during the ice age, that area, and it just that fact alone, like I keep bringing up, is just a huge factor because you never know what could have survived over all that time. In other parts, pretty much everywhere else in the world that died off. But and that's why I do like going with Jack and the crew, because that's a lot. Some of the areas are the same park, and I like to explore that park further and try to learn more about it. But that was pretty. That was a pretty interesting investigation, though, what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start with the beginning here.
What did they say?
As time goes on, you think you have an understanding of what has happened.
They said witchcraft.
Yeah, I got it. There we go. All right, I'll get the audio here in one moment. There we go. But that moment.
What did they say?
As time goes on, you think you have an understanding of what has happened.
They said witchcraft.
That part where we got that message, I thought that was pretty neat because I think I even mentioned when before we went about some things we might hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, one of the things I said, you'll probably hear something about witchcraft, and that's why when we first walked in, and I heard that message, I was kind of like, I thought that was, like right there, I had a feeling that would probably happen, and I was like even more amazed because right when we got that message, immediately to the hillside to our left was what I call the witchcraft area with the piece of that blood bowl that was broken there and the carving on the stone, and the fact that that message was relayed and we were right there by it was, you know, that was pretty interesting. And like, again, that's why I like using my device that I use because it comes through.
Yeah.
It works well. But I'll skip over the intro. And the noises we heard were something. You kept hearing all those rocks getting thrown into the water.
Yeah, that was definitely not a ghost.
Yeah.
Going to locations like these. What did they say?
They said witchcraft.
Oh,
You know where
great.
we're at?
Pressing site?
Nope.
Oh, what is that?
The area where the stone is and the symbol. How you doing, Josh? I try to pause it because I know. Hey, Biggie, what's up, Biggie? Weasel. I know my volume, the microphone volume on my webcam's not the greatest, so I try not to run the video over top of it because it's really loud compared to it. Carved with the blood bowl.
Oh, great.
Right here.
Okay. Lorraine. Slopey dangerousness.
Dansei, my friend. Dansei. Hello. You remember me? Was also interesting because I get messages there a lot about children and playing. Hey, Jessica. How's it going? Hope
Also,
everybody's
slopey dangerousness. That's a word.
There's
That's
some
a whole thing.
I used some of your phrases when I was there before. When I went live too, when I was trying to walk around on the wet hillside, and I was like, "It is treacherous," as Declan would put it. uh, so what's going on, Weasel? Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. I tried to do the live stream a little earlier today. So I figured we'd talk to Declan and find out some more. I'll try to get the camera centered a little better. Here we go. I can't turn up the mic any louder because it's just built into the camera. It's like just set at a level and I can't change it. And I was telling Declan one of the next things I have to get is just a good microphone, to have here to use instead of this webcam. So that's on my Christmas list. But right now, though, do we sound okay? Like, is it loud enough that you can hear it, or is the volume really low? If somebody just kind of like let me know if you can hear me or hear us right now, and it sounds good, I would appreciate it because sometimes things reset, and maybe there is a way, and I could turn up this volume on my webcam, but I haven't found one. But I'm gonna start looking for one. Yeah, maybe I'll just scoot real close to it like this because the webcam has the microphone in it. It's like all one item, one piece. Okay, thanks, DA. How you doing?
The way you were talking is like you were talking to spirits.
Yeah, talking to spirits. I guess it's starting to like dominate everything I do, isn't it?
It's bleeding.
Yeah. Okay. You're looking at an IR full spectrum camera, Squatch? Yeah. Yeah, that would be great too, man. There's so many devices. Like, I would like to have the ultraviolet spectrum capabilities. That's something that would be really great to have. So full spectrum camera, I think, gives you that, which is cool. I'm doing good, DA. Um,
Mike, and I brought a friend with me, Declan. Mia, me you, me need Jay. We are your friends. This is the pile, the stone pile.
Oh, wow. Okay.
there's the pressing site. That is the rumored pressing site.
All right, let's set up.
This
Yes. You remember me?
Now coming up, you could probably hear it. I'll turn it up, but you can hear a rock splash into water. And I turn around and I'm like, "Did you hear that?" I think that was the first one we heard. It was like our welcome there because we kept hearing it. But I'll try to turn it up, see if you can hear it.
Thank you.
That was it there. I don't know if you could hear it. It's really faint from the audio from the camera, but you can kind of hear it splashing. Go back to that again.
Yes. You remember me? Thank you. Hear that?
Yeah.
It was faint. From here it almost sounds like leaves rustling, but it was like water splashing.
That was loud.
Yeah. Most of the time, things we see when we're there and we hear seem much clearer just, with our own ears and eyes sometimes than what the camera microphone picks up. We'll try to get it documented as best we can. That's why sometimes amplifying is good. I can amplify some things, but not always.
It's like it just when I heard that splash, that was a fish. And I was like, okay, but that's a pretty big fish. So that's a pretty big fish. There's no way that's a fish. And then it just kept happening, and then I was like, well, maybe this is not ghosts. This is something else that's paranormal.
Something throwing rocks, which
some kind of cryptid.
you asked Jack about, and Trapper and Tin Man and all the guys on his crew about rocks getting thrown over in West Branch. They have a lot more experience with that. But there's something too I'll show when we get there. Part of it where you heard a noise when we were up in the abandoned cemetery. I think it was in the second part. And you're like, I don't know if you heard that. And I didn't hear it, but when I watched it and I listened, I heard it. I actually heard it on the microphone. And you can hear it. It does sound like a rock hits a tree. You can hear the thump.
My
And
mom
I
told
didn't
me
hear it
about
at the
that.
time.
My mom was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, I told you there's like a squatch out there, dude. I'm not joking."
Yeah, well, what we saw, there's something there. The best way, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how you can describe what it was. If what I call it is, I like to call it some kind of Medusa-like creature because I saw a lot going on with its head. It looked like, I don't know what was going on, but it had a bunch of stuff on its head and it moved like a person, I thought. But it wasn't a person. It was very weird. We go.
Sounded like a rock splashing in the water, didn't it?
It did.
Like a thump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes this. This was an EVP. It was really faint, and it was captured on the audio from the microphone, and it was under my voice. And I don't know if anybody really caught that. I tried to set it up so after my title, you could probably hear it.
What is that?
Huh?
What would that be? Fish?
I don't know. Some.
Did you hear that little? It's like, like some.
Yeah.
That was so faint. Again, a lot of times some of these things we hear are so faint. It's like sometimes going over them like this. I like to do that just so I can point them out a little better in case some people weren't able to hear it or don't necessarily know what to listen for or see, like I did with the video of the trailer with the figure that moved. I tried to show everybody what I saw on a bigger screen, because I just like to go over the evidence that I captured so people don't, I had some comments where people couldn't see it and things, so I try to help break it down. But here it is again. See if you hear it. See if you hear it, Declan.
What is that?
Huh?
What would that be? Fish?
I don't know. Something fell in.
You hear it underneath there? It's very faint.
Not sure.
But
For us to communicate.
I need more energy.
Okay, I've got a lot of devices here, my friend.
That was an EVP of a voice, it sounded like, and we didn't hear it at the time, and it was on the recording, which happened several times when we were here. There was more than one. I don't know if you ever heard some of them, but there's more than one here when we were here.
Everybody who's here, if you see this device I'm holding up here in my hand, come over and tell us whatever you'd like in this device, and we'll understand you. This device, my friends, if you can come over and
Close.
I'm going to set this down right over here, my friend.
There you go. See? And coming up, there was a noise I heard, and you can hear it pretty clear on the audio. And I asked you if you heard it. I don't think you heard that one, but listen to it when it comes up to it. It's coming up here soon.
If you touch that device like I did, we'll know you're here.
Trying to get down here.
Just come over and show us music. Thought you would enjoy.
Can you see us?
I don't know where you're at, my friends. Can you make a noise so I know where you're at and I can see you?
Oh, that noise. Same noise. Yeah.
Did you hear it again?
Yeah.
You're pretty far away if that's you, my friend. I'm going to put these round devices here.
I'm really here.
Okay, I believe you, and I appreciate you letting me know that, my friend. I'm going to set one here this time. And I thought maybe you would enjoy some music from the 1940s.
Bored.
You're
Okay. Going through the woods at night. They look like.
Aggressive.
Oh, aggressive.
You're not aggressive, my friend. And we come here. I heard a weird, like, kind of yell sound. Up that way, up on the hill that way.
Cast it up. Hear that?
No.
Cast it up again. Cast it up again.
This time. And I thought maybe you would enjoy some music from the 1940s.
Bored.
You're bored? Yeah, they say that this stone pile was where the witch was pressed. That this is the pile of stones that was on top of her.
Mind if I walk around?
Yeah, I'm going to play some music.
Okay. Going through the woods at night. They look like.
Aggressive.
Oh, aggressive.
You're not aggressive, my friend. And we come here in peace. We will not harm anybody. Hear that?
No.
Did you hear that?
Up on the hill, up that way. Up that way.
Hear that? Skipped over again.
Come here in peace. We will not harm anybody. Hear that?
No.
Up on the hill,
Yeah,
up
it
that
was a
way.
weird sound.
Up on the hill that
It was
way.
like a yelp or something.
I heard a weird, like, kind of yell sound. It almost sounded like a, yeah.
Like a yelp.
Riverbed.
That riverbed
It's a little
was
deep, but.
When I went there live, I think I showed it a little better, but it's actually pretty deep, that riverbed there. It doesn't look that deep when you see it here, but it's, you know, like, if you didn't see it at night and you walked there, you just would go tumbling down that thing.
That was a weird noise. Some classic tunes.
This kind of went good and bad. I got the good message, like, nice to meet you, and then get out afterwards. So,
Quick
someone
turn of
liked the
events.
music, and then someone didn't like the music.
Yeah.
And it seems like I get a lot of negative EVPs, and it's a man's voice. So I have a feeling it's the same man who told me to get out there. And there's a woman's voice that I'm reading what you said there, Skunk Ape. I mean, that's one idea, I guess. The aggressive message. You know, there's sometimes it seems like the messages are possibly spirits that are talking about maybe others that could be us or could be other spirits there or other entities even, because it seems like we get warnings. Like, I don't know if that was a warning about something that was aggressive, you know, because I don't think we're being aggressive, so I'm not quite sure. But I mean, that's one possibility, what you said there, Skunk Ape. Do you think the aggressive EVP you got may be referring to the action taken against the witch and not referring to our actions? Yeah, it's possible. You know, sometimes you know, that's where, like, I keep going back and keep gathering more information, because sometimes I can put a better picture together after I get some other messages, and some things sometimes, you know, I can put together then maybe make sense out of them.
What do you think? You like that?
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, my friend.
is that really? Timmy Tentos? Where's the get out?
What's the matter, my friend? I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? It just said get out.
And coming up, this is where sometimes those messages, I don't, I mean, obviously it seemed like something didn't want us there, some spirit didn't want us there, but then I get other messages too that's kind of maybe might contradict the get out, so that I don't like always just try to say because one spirit wants us out that we should leave. I kind of just go off of what I'm given, and we get another message after this that almost seems like they want to engage again. So that's kind of why I didn't just take this get out as like, okay, well, we better leave, because I'm starting to understand that there's multiple spirits there and they're conveying different messages. So one might not want us there, and I'm not necessarily going to just leave because of that. If I get multiple messages that are like negative continuously, then like I did when I did the follow up, that's when I took the hint like, okay, I should leave now, because a lot of unwelcoming messages, I don't want to keep pushing my luck with my presence there.
Oh. Well, okay.
Struggle.
That sounded like a stone being thrown, like a huge stone being thrown into the lake.
I'm sorry if you didn't like the music. I didn't mean to disturb you, my friend.
There's more conversation
Closer.
they want to keep
Okay.
going on. So I kept engaging.
I'm setting this over here. If you see me holding it up here in my hand, this device, you can talk to me through.
There's some weird noises coming from over there. Like,
the water.
yeah, there's like thunks. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even like fish. It's like thunks outside of the water.
Be careful.
Okay, we will.
I think they're saying that because I almost just fell.
Glenn, are you here, my friend?
Yeah, they were warning him to be careful because of the slippery hillside, the treacherous terrain.
Treacherous. I'm sure you cut it out, but I was seeing like some Stanley Kubrick like shots, like panning out of trees. I was doing some weird stuff with the camera.
Next time we go, too, I was going to just let each of us keep a camera and not do a static and get 2 points of view. I'm going to try that next time. Let's see.
West Branch really felt. So the thing is, like West Branch, I can't explain it. Like Hopewell felt more, I guess, in terms safe,
Yeah, I agree with that.
because it was like the car was nearby. We weren't really that deep in the woods. We were deep, but we weren't like deep. West Branch was like literally in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. It was like
In like the
There's
darkest
no
environment anywhere, it
you
seems
turn
like.
off the, you can't see your face. You can't see your hand in front of your face when the lights are off. Like it's literally like I got to see like part of the Milky Way. It was like in the middle of nowhere. It was less. It felt less safe. I
Well,
guess in a way.
sometimes it seems like the interactions seem just generally more positive at Hopewell, too.
Yeah.
Like coming here, I have gotten a lot of negative replies, it seems like. Warnings to leave, warnings about beings there, demons, things like that. Hopewell, whatever is there, the spirits that are there, it's not the same environment.
Yeah.
It almost seems like there might be a lot more variety of or different types of things. And after what we saw, there's definitely something there.
Well, it's not even just paranormal and like not feeling safe. It's also just even in real life. Even like, there was like a coyote or something like.
That's Timmy's tail that was in front of the camera, by the way.
But like, if something was to happen, we'd have to like go miles to the car. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just it was a different beast. It felt really different out there.
Yeah, as much as comfortable as I feel there, I still always feel on edge there.
Yeah. That's how I felt. That's how I felt because I was comfortable at the same time. I was like kind of anxious like all the time.
Yeah, I have to admit I am in. Some people kind of disagree with me on letting that be known, and I understand, other people's point of views, especially when they're like, "Don't let spirits know you might be afraid." And I have a different point of view because I feel most likely your intentions and your feelings, everything, I think it can be sensed. And I think if they sense that you are scared, they know you're scared. They might be, I mean, I'm not necessarily scared, but I'm a little bit on alert, and I'm a little bit, you know, more cautious, and, kind of feel like something could change quickly there.
Right.
And I think that if you get some kind of a message that might be more like, "Are you frightened?" or a message like that, if you just say like, "No, I'm not," but I'm sure your intentions and how you're feeling
It
can be
can
sensed.
sense.
So it's almost like they'll see that you're trying to like trick them, or you're trying to
Lie.
lie to them. But if you are and you say you are, I think they see that as more strength, because if you are and you just say, "Well, I'm still here," that's
Right.
more of like showing your strength than a weakness of trying to pretend you're not and tell them. So that's why I disagree with people that say that, but I understand what they're trying to say.
That's actually that's a good point. Like if you just say, "Hey, like I am scared, but I'm still here though." That's more powerful than going, "I'm not scared." You know, like
Yeah.
yeah. That's like, "Oh, okay. He's scared, but he's still here though. He's still doing yeah.
Yeah, actually, here I'm gonna set my furnace off for a moment because the damn blower's so loud it's hard to hear. I'm gonna shut her down for a moment.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I think yeah, West Branch was definitely so just different. Yeah. Yes.
See that? I got a prototype here. You guys like the shirt? Just got it in the mail. I wanted to start wearing it out. I haven't really necessarily found a place that I'm comfortable with yet, with like putting it out there for everybody. But I found a place that was decent price, and I got one just so I could start wearing it around to advertise it myself. And there's the front with Declan's design, which is really, I've really come to like it a lot, with the handle. And then there you go. There's the back. I'm trying to get my back. Can you see it? Yeah. And then there's the back with the other emblem on the back. And I was going to stick with that for one option and maybe have more options. Thanks, Angie. Hello, Angie. Ram Jam. I've been talking so much, I miss some people coming in. But yeah, that's my prototype there.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah,
Good
I'm gonna
stuff.
be wearing it 24/7 now everywhere I go, so people can see it and you know what's going on. Yeah, we were just talking about Declan's experience and some of the things about my research site, because that was the first time Declan had been there. And like I did before with the Hopewell, I like to, you know, let you guys hear his experiences there. And let's see. So
You hear me?
we left off
Is that like a
after
torch
you were
noise?
hearing the splashes in the water again.
The battery.
Yeah, got a lot of batteries here. You need energy. There's a lot of devices and a lot of batteries. I offered tobacco to the land out of respect.
I thought this was interesting too, right here.
Ni mama aquí.
I understand what you say.
That it confirmed it understood what I said was really a cool reply. I thought. I was like, I kind of looked over at the device when I heard it. Like, okay, I'm like, that was really good. Good communication there. Um, and it seemed like the activity picked back up because it
Yeah.
like died down, because this was really like there wasn't that much activity there compared to the times I had gone there before. And then when I went back for the follow up, it was like there was almost no interaction. There wasn't even any interaction with my devices. But when I went live, it seemed like there was more interaction with the devices. So it seems like, I don't know, maybe there was something that was there. Maybe, we did see something there.
We did.
So maybe there was something affecting what's going on there, and nothing was interacting with us, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought that was a pretty cool moment.
Thank you.
Would anybody like to smoke a pipe with me?
Please do not.
There was one here that I got that
Was that you we heard?
reply. Oh,
That's
I
what
switched
that sound
something.
was.
It was twice, wasn't it? We got a message twice. There was two messages that night that were directly saying that something was thrown, and we kept hearing stuff splash in the water. That was something else too. That was pretty cool.
Maybe not Swatch. Maybe paranormal.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to still look into. A lot of interesting things. Something physically throwing rocks, but yet letting us know through the device. Seems kind of
It's
weird.
really weird.
Yeah, really weird. And then I got that one message that said prison coming up here.
Glenn,
This was my home.
I don't think that was random.
how long ago?
'Cause I believe there were homes there.
Amanda, are you here?
That may have even been part of one.
If you're here, Amanda, could you come over and let us know you're here somehow? Touch the device?
Push.
Please do not push us, my friend.
Glenn, please do not push, my friend.
Especially where I'm standing. Fall down all that. Stand out of the way of the static.
Prison.
Prison. This one really kind of struck me when I heard that prison. Because I was thinking, I'm like, are whoever's there, the spirits that are there, are they like stuck there? Like they're, one of them, maybe one or more, feel like they're actually in a prison of some kind where they can't move on and they can't go anywhere. And it's, right by this, this was the rumored pressing site. Could, the woman who was pressed here actually be like a prison to this area, to this spot?
Right.
Prison. Is this place a prison for you? I'm sorry, my friend, if you're trapped here. Are the children here? Would the children like to come over and play with the toys? You're welcome to. We won't harm you.
Picture.
Mother Earth.
We won't harm you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, really.
And right after I made the tobacco offering, and I got the message, "We won't harm you," I kind of wondered if that kind of was their way of, reassuring us after showing their respect to the land. I wondered that also, because that was right after I offered the ashes, and then that message. Like hearing that that helps me relax when I'm there. When I hear messages like that, you noticed it too. You always feel, I still feel on edge when I go there, and when you get those kind of messages, it helps like ease that a little bit.
It relieves it.
Yep, a lot.
It's like, okay, good. It's like, good, you're not gonna hurt me.
And I'm glad when I heard that or that message that said kill. If I had, there was an EVP of it sounded like a growl when I was there after that. If I actually heard that at the same time, I probably would have been a little bit more like, okay, it's time to go. Which I did at that point, but I would have probably rushed it a little bit if I heard that.
Right.
Let's see, where are we at?
Probably lonely here. Fine, they could see him through my clothing.
Tattoos, remember that? The message that said tattoos?
Yeah.
That one had me wondering too. Like my first thought was, can they actually like see the tattoos on us that aren't visible, like through our clothing? Which is kind of like, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. If they can actually just see us like we're walking around naked to them, that'd be kind of,
That's weird.
take a whole new like.
That's a whole new level.
That's a whole new level of feeling uncomfortable, I guess, when I'm there.
Yeah, I have a tattoo that's like on my wrist, so I can kind of.
Yeah, what is that one?
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Yeah, he's got a ghost tattoo on his wrist, so he kind of wondered if, they were like seeing our tattoos, and we had all long sleeve. Like you couldn't see any of mine. I don't think they could see any of yours then.
Right.
But they said tattoo.
Well, I have another one now.
You're not interested anymore, Angie? You're worried that you'll be walking around and they'll just like be able to see through your clothes? Yeah, I guess that would be a little weird. Oh, part 2. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, those negative messages were on that follow-up when I went back there myself. I had negative EVPs and more negative messages. And I wanted to test that theory about like what was something different because Declan was with me that night. And then when I went there to follow up, I was like, okay, I'm like like early on, I got the negative messages, like bad entities there, and I started like and eliminate, and I was like, okay, I'm like things are seem to be picking up more aggressively, and I just got there. Was that Ram Jam? When you were watching your wife, you saw her in her clothes, but I didn't stay dead. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah. Yeah, that there could be more to that message than what I was thinking about seeing us. Tattoos, it could have been just something residual, who knows? That's a weird one. You may be persuaded, Angie. um, but the messages, the negative messages, yeah, I have to admit, I mean, I was trying to like I was hoping for more like messages that were more positive and more interaction on devices when I went there by myself, thinking maybe it just had something to do with having somebody with me, which was different. But then I was welcomed with a lot of negative messages, especially at the old cemetery. And, then I started kind of like worrying about what changed because it wasn't like that before when I went there.
My friend, to see if you're here, if you'd like to.
If you heard, there's another one coming up that was captured, an EVP on the camera. Sounded like it may have said hello.
To show yourself for a photo? To be on video?
Grace.
I thought that was
Vernon.
Hi, Vernon.
Said I'm asleep.
Amanda, I haven't heard from you for. Hi, Vernon.
Yeah, I'll turn that up. It's real faint.
Amanda, I haven't heard from you for quite some time.
Like it was. Yeah, those are the EVPs. Like those ones actually seem more intriguing when you capture one that's sounds more like somebody's right there and not one that's really light like a whisper that has to get amplified. Those ones always seemed like they intrigued me a little more because it seems like whatever imprinted that somehow was stronger than the others because it came through that loud that you can just hear it. Even though it was a little lower, you could just hear it audibly without changing anything to the audio. Like like the native one over at the Hopewell Mound.
Are you still over here?
Just knocked it. That was like,
Evidence.
Can you tell me who lived here before?
we got a lot of triggers on that device though. Same one.
Again, thank you. So I can hear you.
I want to go to that.
Are you recording?
Yes. Other ones. Ooh. Wow. Touch that one again.
This was really close to us, right up the hillside.
Ooh.
You guys hear that?
Wow. Did you hear that?
That was really close. Something.
I think at that point, I was kind of like, oh, this is.
You're like
Little-
Bigfoot's up there.
I like immediately when that happened, I was like, this is something different. I was like, this is not. I don't know, because the things in the water, I was kind of like, it's a little different. But at the same time, I was kind of like, well, it could be a fish. I could be just be wrong. It'd be a fish. But that moment, I was kind of like, ooh, yeah. It's a whole different thing.
I heard something like that once before too when I was live back on the other channel, and I finished the live stream and I shut everything down. I was packing up to leave and I heard a really loud bang like that up on the hillside. And you want to talk about putting, myself into a quicker gear to hurry up and get my stuff together to leave. As soon as I heard that bang, I went from like putting all my stuff nice and neat back together in my pack. I just started stuffing it in there, threw my pack on, and I was like, all right, time to go before something comes running down the hillside after me. Ramona said they need a lot of energy. Yeah, that's why those EVPs I really like. I mean, I don't want to say I like them better, but I think they're more interesting when you capture an EVP that is so defined that it's audible as it is on the recording device. It doesn't need any amplification at all. Like the one that drained me, that hello was like that was one of the loudest and most clear I think I've captured, and that's why apparently it almost knocked me out just to say hello. Like I tell people, that's a sign to it wanting to just say hello. It could do that to you. Imagine if it's angry at you,
Right.
what it could do.
Yeah, after a lot of like all those sessions, you just get tired. And you're like, wow, I'm really drained. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, yeah. I think for sure when that knock happened, I just kind of knew it wasn't a ghost. I was like, well, this is something different now. There's something else has entered the chat, basically. Just another thing has entered the investigation.
Yep, and skunk ape, like you said, that's a good point too. Something to, if we ever hear the noises, which I don't think we actually asked that specifically when we were there that night, but I'll keep that in mind. I've done that before though. When I've heard noises before, I've asked if they could tell us who's making the noise. But that night we heard that in the rocks, and we never actually said, "Can you tell us who's doing that or who's making the noise?" To see if we get a reply.
Yeah, we should do that next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Why didn't we think about that?
Sometimes it's that's the process, right? That's the process, especially for me. The process, it's like I try to absorb a little bit from every time when I do something that I should have done. Like I blew an opportunity when something told me it likes to move things.
Right.
When I was in the trailer, that would have been a perfect opportunity for me to maybe bring up something that was there and say, okay, because I'd let him know I wanted to see him do it, but I didn't give a chance to be like, can you move this? And then just spend a moment or two and watch and see if maybe you can.
Yeah.
That's something I'll do if I ever get a chance. Or even if I see like something is, because I get messages sometimes alluding to that they're strong or they have energy, then maybe even use that opportunity to see if they can move something. Skunk Ape said, do you think some of the things Jack may be experiencing on his hunts with black masses and shadows may be a mixture of Bigfoots and some type of spiritual entities?
Maybe.
I don't know. Skunk Ape, did you see the live video I did where I broke down that clip I took from Jack's live hunt where it looked like something moved? It looks like something was like hiding, and then it gets up and walks. And if you see it, look how dark it was. It was very dark. If you saw that move, if they had seen it, you might think it was a shadow because it was really dark. So I thought of that too. Like sometimes maybe the black masses you see could be the same thing you just saw there, but it's so dark you can just see it moving barely, and it looks like a shadow moving. I know what we saw wasn't dark. What we saw was like all shiny. It looked like I remember seeing a lot of like I saw a lot of texture to it and a lot of shininess coming from it. It was very strange.
Kind of remind me of like the '60s Star Trek like beaming effect.
Yeah.
That's what kind of remind me of. It's like looking in space, basically.
And then
Would you like? Did you hear that?
I did.
start with that knock. Energy drink. Caffeine here. I'm awake.
Baron.
Baron was the name right before we started this. You see us walking down the trail. Right when we were getting ready to walk down there, we got that same message. It said Baron. Yeah. Skip ahead here to see. Join us. We'll go to the witchcraft area. This was our first negative message. Well, except for the get out, I guess. Flip them over to the witchcraft.
This is the slab. If you look right here,
I don't see it.
right here.
But this was the first of two messages that said the same thing, that said attack. And I was like, wow, that was like, after I heard it the second time, I'm like, man, I realized that was 2 times something said attack. And then I started wondering, I'm like, man, seems like a lot of negative energy was there that night when we were there.
Yeah, this is the carving
Evening.
on the side. Good evening.
Starts off nice.
Good evening, my friend.
That's been identified, that carving?
Somebody who saw it, they said it looked like a rough Nakio symbol.
Right there, see the piece right here? There's the moon goddess symbol right here, with the woman with her arms over her head. This one looks like another woman's figure. I figured it was probably 3 around it.
Probably. Attack.
Is that what it said?
Huh.
Can you read it?
Okay.
It's still your home, my friend.
Are you psychic?
No, I'm always a little nervous here, though, my friends. You probably know that if you know me. But I'm not frightened. We're friends. And we hope you'll be friends with us.
Skunk Ape, and I don't know if anybody got here after I showed it, but there you go. Look, I got a prototype made. Prototype of a channel shirt. I haven't really found a place I could say for sure that I'm gonna offer it out there for people. I just wanted to basically get something to wear around to help, for promotion and things, and just to see what they offered at this place where I got this one at. And then the back. I'll show you the back if you didn't see it. I don't know if you can see it there. Can you see it? How about now? Can you see it? A little bit up right there?
Yep.
There you go. There's the back. Both of the emblems Declan drew. And hopefully I'll find a reliable source here, and I could, put those up if anybody wants to get them too. But I'm not going to be, selling them for like any profit on them. I'm just whatever they want to offer them at. Anybody who wants to buy them can buy them. I'm not going to be trying to add, an extra cost onto it for myself to make money. I'm just going to find a place that's got a good price, and then everybody can purchase them if you want.
What if it was like $1?
Yeah, well, there you go. If they were just $1, that's a deal. But yeah,
50 cents.
love the logo though. Declan did a good job on backwards. Did a good job with the logo. And then this was like some more of the negativity started.
I got the little round devices again, if any of the children would like to play with them. I'm going to go ahead and set them down on the ground here.
Thanks, Daddy.
I'll set one on the rock here. We'll spread these out.
Terrible.
Okay, sure. I'll set one down here on the ground. Last time it seemed like a little boy liked to play with that.
Over. Oh, remember the cold spots too coming.
This lights
Hear
up.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, that was. I mean, those were the coldest spots that I've noticed doing this.
Like, okay, I want to clarify. Was it cold that night? Yes, but like the spots we were feeling were colder. Like I'm talking like negative. I mean,
Like
it was
freezing, like absolutely freezing cold.
like that night was like what? It was like 20 degrees?
Yeah,
30 degrees?
the snow hadn't really come yet, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it was still like it wasn't freezing temps. It was still like maybe in the 40s.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was like 40 degrees. What we were filming was like 1 degree.
Yeah.
It's
And
like cold.
When I'll go to that too, and when you see it, you can actually see like the heat waves. You could see like a pretty big temperature difference when you see me with my hand, because I felt it like right by my hand in like an area, like a little mass of an area by my hand that was like really cold. And there's times where I pointed it out where it was really cold, and you can actually see like the heat waves, like such a big temperature difference, because it was literally like a freezer. I mean, it was really cold, and that was probably the coldest. Like I felt cold spots before. This one though was like really cold, absolutely like freezing temperature.
I'm surprised it wasn't snowing in like one area. You know,
Yeah.
just like a little spot like this big, it's snowing.
Oh, well, we are your energy to communicate with us.
That was the second attack message.
Please come over. Don't be shy. Don't be scared.
Battle. That battle. I wonder what happened here. Would somebody tell me what had happened here? A battle.
What Skunk Ape said. you've noticed when we get some negative interaction and you ask them to stop, they often do. This isn't always the case with other ghost hunters. Seems Ramona's medicine bags have been very helpful. Yeah, her medicine bags, like I feel like that definitely helps, and the spirits can see it, because I believe there was a time too when I got a message about miracle, and I think Ramona saw that the spirit was reacting to the bag, and after being at these places I go, it's almost like I couldn't even imagine, like I wouldn't go without wearing it for sure.
Could you tell me about the battle?
Okay, also, my friends, I've got
A lot of replies over here.
Yeah.
The aggressiveness.
Right here. It's like right by my hand.
Here's the
Are you
cold
holding my
spots.
hand? Like, no, this is a cold spot. This is different. It just came in and it's sitting right here on my hand. Right here.
Aggressive trespasser. Here's mine. Right here. I got this from Ramona. She blessed it, and it's to help keep away negative energy, negative spirits. There's different ingredients. I know there's some sage and some tobacco. And Ramona, if there's other things in there, I can't remember everything that's in it. But I always have this on me just to help, keep ward off anything that would be negative that would try to, affect me. And also, like, I think Ramona said, and I've said it before also, if you wanted one, she can make them for you. And if you reach out to her, she could put her username for her, I think it's the messenger, and reach out to her, and she can talk to you about getting one if you want to get one. She does that. Here's the cold spot that we were talking about. The start of it, it was multiple times. Yeah, Ram Jam. Yeah. Ramona, if you want Ramona, if you want to type in the name of your messenger so they can find you. If you could do that if you want to, you could type it in. Put it in the chat.
Right here. Right here.
Oh yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, that's cold.
And it's a lot warmer over here, but it's right here.
That's
Well,
not
who's-
even like the weather.
Who's here? Thank you for being here. Is it Charlotte?
It was so strange too, because you could like feel the temperature difference around it.
Yeah.
Like when I kept feeling it, I could literally like reach out and feel like 20 degrees warmer, 15 degrees warmer. Like it was so noticeable. And that's when I knew, like, I'm not sure, it could have been, like I always talk about the spirits of like a little boy or children there. And right at that height, it could have been one of them trying to like stand by me to hold my hand, maybe.
Yeah, because like, if your hand was like this, it was like super cold, and if you just like moved it, it was like 20 degrees warmer.
Yeah.
You could feel the absolute difference. Like you could just immediately when you put your hand back, it just felt like your hand was gonna get like frostbite. Basically, it was like cold.
It's warming up now. I don't know.
And I did a little experiment. Declan filmed it. I get the camera.
Yes, that's right.
Maybe
Okay,
it was
it's
Charlotte.
like, it's weird. It's moving. It's not here now. It's.
Oh wow.
It's not here now. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Do you feel it here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, it's like right here. That's like cold. Like honestly, like it's not the weather.
I feel it right here now. It's weird. It's just right here.
Wow.
Really cold. Feel it on my hand. And I got a static. My hair stood up on my hand. Right here. Oh, it's cold. It's really cold. Whoa. This is really cold right here.
I don't know if you could see it, but there's like, you could see the heat waves and the difference of temperature around my fingers and hands. And like at the time, I couldn't really notice that, but when I rewatched this, when I was putting this together, I could see that, and I'm like, wow, you could really see that temperature difference from where my hand's at You could see the heat waves.
Wow.
You feel how cold that is?
That is really cold.
You're welcome to hold my hand, my friend.
I wasn't talking to Declan.
Throw.
Sounds like somebody's been throwing a lot of stuff down by the river.
Yeah, honestly.
That was the throw, the second message that alluded to something being thrown. But I want to find that clip here of that when you heard that it hit the tree.
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear it at the time, but it's captured on the audio. You can hear it. Yeah, I hear you, Ram Jam, about the negativity. I mean, there's been some negativity trying to float around some of the community too, some of our community. You know, a lot of it. And if anybody notices, if any time when I'm doing a live thing, if I miss the chat, and if there is anybody in the chat that's being, that's basically, the guidelines about being respectful. If there's anybody in chat, if you guys just point it out, because, I don't want anybody who's bringing any kind of like negativity, disrespectful chat or messaging in the chat. I'd make sure that we block them. But I'd appreciate it if anybody notices it, because I haven't really got like a moderator or anything yet. So if I miss it, if you wouldn't mind pointing it out, because I want to make sure we keep that out. I mean, not talking about like just different points of views or talking about things you don't believe or believe. I mean like people who are saying negative things that are just disrespectful. Make sure if I miss them, you guys point them out, so we can get that out of the chat.
If you throw something, we could hear you. What was it?
They're not. But it's not.
Right.
This right here is like.
I think right before that too, I said like, if you throw something, we could hear it. When I was talking about the throw, remember the throw message?
Yeah.
Here, see if I could find it without going too far.
We could hear you. Really cold.
Yeah.
Really cold right, my friend.
Throw.
Sounds like somebody's been throwing a lot of stuff down by the river.
Yeah, honestly.
If you throw something, we could hear you.
Said that.
Will you throw something? My hand's cold again. I feel it. It's like.
You'll hear it coming up. It sounds like something hits a tree. And Declan heard it. I didn't, but I heard it on the video when I was putting this together, and you can hear it.
It's like someone's touching my hand right now. Like it's right here. Right. Feel this. Feel right here.
You can see those.
Wow, that is so. It just drops. Like the temperature just drops.
But it's right. It's like right here.
I don't feel anything here. Like I feel cold, but it's not.
Right.
This right here is like freezing.
Did you hear it?
I don't know if you heard that or not.
You heard it.
What was it?
I don't know if you heard that or not. This right here is like freezing.
Did you hear it? It goes.
I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yeah, it's kind of faint too. If you guys didn't hear it, it's kind of faint, but you can hear something. It sounds like it impacts a tree. It's like, and I didn't hear it at the time when he said it, but you can hear it there. And I was like, I was kind of like, oh wow, I'm like, I missed that when he said that. I didn't hear it. I must have been yapping.
I have to use the restroom.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
I almost dropped my phone. That would have been tragic.
And then coming up, I do that little experiment with that cold spot that seemed to be hanging up on my hand, and I walk away and turn back, and I could feel, I felt the temperature change as I moved away, and then I stopped, and then I felt that same cold, really cold area come back right to my hand again. I thought that was really neat, really cool experience. Yeah, but I was glad I got a hold of Declan. I was like, yeah, you got to come over and we'll have to get together and actually go out and do another investigation, maybe live, but I got a hold of him today. I was like, at least do a little live hunt, or I mean, not a live, a live stream, and we could talk about this experience when he was with me at the research site there. Tracy, hey, what's going on, Tracy? I didn't know if you had been here for a while or not, but I just seen your message on here, so I would say what's up. Hang in there for a moment. Declan comes back. Hey, cameraman, what's going on? He was asking about the medicine bags. Oh yeah, hey Jack, I was showing this off. Look at there's my prototype. I got my first prototype of channel shirt. Came out pretty good. Oh, you're welcome. We were helping out somebody with repair on their car. Friend replaced the lower radiator hose. I got covered in coolant, but that's happened before. I was used to it. Slide over. And I got Declan here with me tonight, Jack. Without the alien beanie.
Yeah. A little different.
Yeah. Scoot over, give you some room. So, right at the, we were going over that when we got the cold spot and then the little experiment I did.
What was it? A weird noise.
Sure.
I don't want to be like paranoid, but like that sounded like a rock. Doris.
Doris, hi Doris. Here, you want to hold this camera for a moment? I feel it's like it's following me. I can feel, I feel the cold. As I moved and I didn't feel it, and then I felt it come over to me. Like it's here, it's right here, right now. It's back. Like it was warm when I first turned,
And then it came back.
and now it's like the cold wave just hit my hand as I moved and stopped.
That's
That
crazy.
is totally cool. Thank you.
It's like totally cool, man.
I do want to say, since Jack's in the chat now, that I'm gonna reiterate something I said earlier. But so when I was hearing the rocks hitting the water, I kind of thought like, okay, this might be a different take now because it's not ghosts. It's definitely something else. But then I was like, okay, I kind of shrugged it off a little bit because I was like, it could be fish. Big fish coming out, plopping back down. But then I was like, but that's big fish. That's huge fish. There's no way. So I still shrugged it off. But then when we heard that knock up the hillside, that was the moment, the exact moment I was like, okay, nope. This is a different thing. This is obviously a squatch or something, or like some kind of different being that's not a ghost. Because there's no way. It just felt different. The whole, like, gosh, I sound like a college kid, but like the whole vibe changed as soon as I heard that knock. I was like, ooh, this is not that. Like, I was like, okay, this ghosts are here. That over there is it something else. It just entered our session.
And
Just
it was
hanging out.
close.
He was very
Yeah.
Like they were very close.
Like Jack, you know the area where we're at. We were right by. Well, he was closer to the riverbed than I was. The old riverbed. I was just back from it, but right over the riverbed, it just goes right up the hillside. And that knock was like literally like one of the trees just up the hill, past the riverbed. So it may have been like 20 or 30 feet away from us where we heard that. Yeah. Big fish or Bigfoot? That's what Skunk Ape just said. Well, you can always go live, aggressive trespasser. Whenever the cameraman goes live, there you go. Or on a ghost hunt with me, you can always join us in the live. It's kind of like being there in a way.
Bigfoot or big fish?
Yeah, he's a Bigfoot or big fish.
Both.
Yeah, but I still think it was very odd somehow. The multiple messages that were relating to throwing something through the device. That one still has me kind of wondering,
Ooh. Trespassers in the UK.
Yeah, Trespassers in the UK. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could join us on the live hunts, and as close as you get, I guess.
See, big fish. That's a new cryptid.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know.
No, it's not. But
Oh yeah, now it is. Huh?
now it is after that hunt.
Oh wait, Tracy, I missed that one you said before. Yeah, part two of the trailer 39. I've got it pretty much mostly completed. I'm just tweaking the last little things, but I'll have it up. I'll have it up soon, so you can check out how that finished out. And if you hadn't seen, I did a breakdown of the first part because some people, not everybody saw the little shadow figure, the person that looks like a shadow person, like runs out the door and disappears. It happened really fast, and if you didn't have a big screen, you would have missed it. So I broke it down in the last live video I did. I went in depth and brought it up on the bigger screen so you could see it. But see, I was before you got here, Jack. We were talking about the shadow people and the shadows that you see when you're out on a hunt sometimes. And I mentioned, if you remember seeing the clip I took from when you and Trapper were doing that hunt of what looks like something that's crouched down and then gets up and walks, and you seen how dark it was. I mean, it was really dark. And if you seen that, you would think it was a shadow.
No, I think he stepped out.
Oh, did he? Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Well, you can catch it on the replay, or I'll tell him next time. Okay. You watch all lives in bed. Okay. Well, hey, whether you're in bed or wherever watching watching it.
And that's cool too.
Yeah.
You got yourself like a viewer all the lives.
Yeah. That's good. Never know what's gonna happen.
No. Got 9 viewers right now. That's nice.
Yeah. When I went there at the research site the last time live, I ventured out a little bit further than I was before. Because honestly, I was hoping to see whatever that was that we saw again. It sounds kind of weird. Most people probably like shaking their head at me, but after we seen it that time, I kind of would like to see it again. Because we saw, a short, we saw like maybe half of it as it cleared the trees. I'm really curious to what it actually looks like. I was reading what you read here, Ram Jam. Skunk Ape, you said, can you talk about any EVPs you got on the other night while accompanying Jack on his Bigfoot hunt? Well, I just had my Spirit Talker device running, so I didn't record to listen for any EVPs, but there was another correlation too that happened, which is on his live stream, where he was showing me the mounds when I was, because I wanted to see those mounds. So he was showing me them, and he found a big mound, and he was like, he called me and said, here's a mound here, Mike. And then I got a message that said burial right after he said that. And I was like, I told him, and I was like, wow, I was like, that was interesting. It's like something answered, told us what it was, which I think everybody agrees that's probably what it was anyways. But it was really interesting to hear that reply. But where are we at here?
Are you following me holding my hand? Can you tell me who you...
Where the cold spot followed me, which was really cool. That was really neat that happened. I thought that was really interesting. And we heard noises. This was another interesting thing that I thought was really cool.
I'm waiting
Heard
to
the
see it.
noises behind us, behind
If I
me.
feel the cold. Are you still there? Would you take my hand again? Can you hold my hand?
The forest.
Forest. Yep, that's what we're in.
Something was moving over there. I heard something there.
And then the message.
This was my home.
Not this one, but there's one.
She's coming.
She's coming.
Okay.
That one-
We're here.
I think that one freaked you out a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, what, who, where, what?
Mm-hmm.
Also, a snarky comment. Said forest, and I was like, that's what we're in. Like,
Yeah. Well, it was funny because it said the forest, like it's identifying where it's at. Then we got message that she's coming, and then there was another one that said I'm walking around. That's coming up.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was looking around like, where are you at? It's kind of scary, honestly. I was like, I don't like that. Give me chills. It's making
Yeah.
me anxious.
This when I heard this message though, I was like, I mean, I was like, wow. I was like, that was kind of like, was that a warning, or was that just like an introduction, and who's coming? And this is another thing too. Like not too long is when we saw whatever we saw. And again, it's almost like something was letting us know it was coming, and we saw something, and we got messages like this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ramona. You leaving, Ramona? There, I'll play this one.
Who is it? Is it the witch? Would somebody let us know if it's the witch coming? Could you touch the device to let us know?
You're probably like, please, no device go off.
Witchcraft that was performed. Well, hello, if somebody's here, I think I can feel you here. Just got a huge cold spot right here on my hand again.
That?
This is the other place I was at when I heard the
I'm
voice.
walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have...
Pretty good series of like letting us know that somebody was around us. Yep. Good night, Ramona. Danse. Yeah, and then if you want to see that frozen, scared person that I turned into when I thought about moving towards what we just seen, that's coming up.
The thing is that she's coming happened, and then I think what I heard that she's coming, and I was like, all right. I think what sparked my fear is you're like the witch, and I was like, wait, what? And I didn't think about it. I was like, the witch, and then it's like I'm walking around, and I'm like, no, no, you're not.
That's why, like,
I was screaming internally. I was like, please, please. No, I'm fine. I was fine though. I was like, yeah, whatever.
I was waiting to see if that was a warning, and if that's what it really was. One of those devices would have went off right there when I asked them to touch the device. I was kind of waiting in suspense to see if something would touch a device,
Yeah, it was
which it
terrifying.
didn't. But we saw something, so I think those messages were meant for us because of whatever it was.
Yeah.
You don't have to be shy, my friend. You can come over to us here. We won't hurt you. Come over and talk to us. Let us know you're here.
And
Man.
this is interesting.
Man.
Maybe like nanny.
Oh, Nan.
Man. Man.
Huh. Okay.
Man, is that your name?
All right, Tracy. Have a good night. Same to you, man. Talk to you later.
That light? That looks like it was just a light. Oh, what was that?
No, yeah, what was that?
Did you see it flash across?
I did. Oh, okay.
And there's the scared me right there. I was about to start moving, and I stopped for a moment. Like, should I go closer?
You kind of shut down for a
Yeah, well,
I can use the flashlight. I don't think I got it on camera, but I hope I did.
Yeah, it was kind of a distance back.
Yeah, that was it's pretty spooky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't explain that.
but this also made me a little bit more worried coming up right here. This message we got right after that.
Something ran across. Did you see it?
I did. That actually is spooky.
Would have had it on camera.
Yeah, it looked like...
Call.
Looking at it.
Call? Hello? Call out? Somebody's there. You don't have to be scared. You can come over and talk to us. Danse. Awikiwa. Me you. Me Jay. We are your friends.
Don't trust the bad ones.
When I heard that message, I was like, there's another warning, and we just seen some kind of a physical creature or being of some kind. And then that message, and that's when I was kind of like, I knew, I'm like, okay, if they're warning us, maybe they'll tell us if we're in danger.
Right.
And that was like my first instinct was, I heard that message and I walked back thinking, okay, there might be a little something to worry about.
Don't trust the bad ones.
Don't trust the bad ones. Okay. That's a little odd timing right there for that one. Are we in danger here? If there's somebody here and we are in danger, could you let us know by touching a device here? Would you do that, my friends?
Adventure.
It's always an adventure here. It's an unusual night over here.
I think that's when I was like soaking in. I'm like, okay, I've never had so many things, like some negative replies and some warnings, and then we seen something, and then it just like hit me like, wow, something's way different.
Say home?
Yep.
Home.
And then it tells us to leave too.
Keep looking to see if I see something again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I keep looking around too.
Keep looking over that way.
13.
Do you want us to stay longer
And right after I say that,
and keep trying to talk to you? Give you some more time? Or would you want us to leave? If you'd like us to leave, can you let
Your
us know?
friends.
We're friends.
Yes, thank you.
it's like the good bad person.
Neji, well gone.
We are your friends.
Leave this place.
Leave this place.
Okay, well,
Okay.
okay, my friend. I'm sorry if we've disturbed you.
And that was like, you know, a whole different experience for me there. You know, as many times I've been there, it was way different. But seeing whatever we saw was just, you know, that makes me realize there's something else there that's something physical, not, you know, maybe, you know, I've heard different theories of what it could be. I've got some ideas too, but it was physical when we saw it. And I had a whole lot of questions after we did that. You know, after that, I looked at things a lot different. Yeah, and that warning was kind of interesting too. Right after I asked if you want us to leave, let us know, and then we get the message that said leave this place. So it was very interesting,
Yeah.
and that's why, like, you know, I wanted Declan to come on and talk about it because I'm sure, you know, that was an interesting first time there for you. I mean, it was an interesting time for me there, and I've been there a bunch of times.
Pretty deep communication.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what it's about. You know, that's why I started, you know, the whole idea behind my channel. It was pretty much what you see is going on. I've been getting, you know, adapted, getting the feel of it, listening. And then I notice changes like this. Well, it doesn't take a genius to notice when you see some creature or something run across that something's different than what you remember, because I've never seen that before. But then I thought, I kind of calmed down because I'm like, it's probably been there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure it didn't just come out of nowhere just that time, that night. So then I started realizing that, okay, it might not be something to worry about. It could be there. What I call the protector, what I was told is there, that could be it. And it could have been there all this time, and somehow we were, you know, we saw it moving. So, you know, I don't really, I haven't gotten any bad vibes. I mean, it seems like there's some things that were bad, messages, especially when I went there alone that after this. But I still don't really feel like there's negativity there. You know, maybe because I've got a lot of protection and it's keeping it away. But you know, I'm always ready to go back there again. So I guess you know, I hope everybody joining tonight had some insight. You know, if you've never seen some of these clips before, you got to see them tonight. You know, and I appreciate everybody showing up for this stream. Thanks, Ram Jam. Yeah, and it's getting more amazing, at least to me. I'm noticing, you know, lots of new things. It's helping me kind of like understand the area a little better. That's why I like going with the cameraman too. When he goes over into the park, I get to see more of it and see if there's things that I notice are like where I go.
I would love to go out again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's where, I mean, I don't like to keep going back, like as far as like being repetitive, but
Right.
there's so many like things are changing so much, I kind of like want to keep seeing how it changes, and if things keep changing somehow, I'd like to be there to to capture it and document it.
I think after seeing those pictures that like, I think Jack was it who sent you those
Mm-hmm.
pictures. I think
The thermals.
yeah. After that, I'm pretty sure. Um, I'm pretty sure it just kind of changed. We have a whole different view in that place now.
Mm-hmm.
With a whole different outlook. So I think going back there again with the knowledge that we kind of sort of have differently from we did before would be a good reason to go back again.
Yeah. It's been a little while. I guess that live stream was. It's been more than a couple weeks, so I kind of feel like that's a long time when I'm not there for, if I'm not there over a couple weeks or more. Hey Curtis, how's it going? Hope your weekend's good. There you go, prototype shirt, Curtis. If you didn't see it before, testing it out to see what we can get. Hey dog, what's going on? Declan's here. We just went over our experience at the my research site when we did that investigation. That's the West Branch Witch Part 1 and 2. And then I did a follow up after that just to see how it was without Declan, to see if there was any difference because he was with me that night. And those videos all came out really good, I thought. So if you haven't checked them out, um, you know, watch them if you like them. Give them a thumbs up, and I appreciate if everybody does give me the like on the stream. Liking the stream, liking the videos really helps with YouTube's recommendation. Thanks, Curtis. Like I said, as soon as I find a pretty good, reliable source for getting these for people to order them, then I'll try to put it out there, and everybody, if they want one, they can order it, and I'll let everybody know. I'll post an update maybe in the Facebook group chat if anybody hasn't joined it. Um, it's in the about section of the YouTube channel. You can see links for the Facebook group chat, ways to donate. You can see other links for other sites. I got DJ Rocks. I got his Facebook group chat there. He does playlists, and then I got a bunch of channels of friends listed under the recommended channels that you can find under the about section. You can go there and check out other good channels like OCST. There he is. His channel's up there for a link. Comrade Mac, how's it going? What's going on, Harold, with OCST? Yeah, Declan came over tonight and we just did a little recap, talked about his experiences there.
I do have to say something. After
Go
Hope,
ahead.
after Hope, Hopewell, and West Branch. I think honestly, after ghost hunting in general, I actually am gonna be. I'm actually making a horror game that is a ghost hunting game.
That sounds cool.
So it's like it's not gonna be like Phasmophobia, but it's gonna have like a story and stuff, and like you get to go ghost hunting, and I think that's kind of. It was inspired by me going ghost hunting with you.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds cool. Thanks. Yeah, you designed a logo for me, and I guess I helped inspire you for a video game. I guess that works out.
Yeah.
And whenever he gets the game together, I'll definitely make sure I post a link up for that game too. Sounds really cool, like a paranormal investigating, ghost hunting game. That'd be pretty cool. I think there's a lot of them out now, like a horror game.
Phasmophobia
Hey Malibu,
was big.
you're back. Yeah, Phasmophobia. I've heard of that game.
It's
A lot of
huge.
people like it.
It's good. I play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking. Malibu. You didn't miss much. We were just went over the final parts of the video from our investigation there. Yeah, well there you go. Once he's done with it, because you know Declan's like a man of many trades here. Design videos, logos, makes video games. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll let everybody know when he gets it up where you could download it and things and try it out. I think he's gonna give me a link for a demo to try one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. My kids will probably try it. But yeah, I was gonna end the stream and thank everybody again for showing up and the support. Thanks Declan for coming over
No
and
problem.
sharing his experiences. And if you would, everybody, if you'd hit the like button for me, I'd appreciate it. That really helps out a lot with the channel, helps us get recommended by YouTube. So I would definitely appreciate it if you would hit the like button before you go. And if you haven't put notifications on, if you do that, you'll know whenever I go live again or when I post videos. You're welcome, Ram Jam. All right, well, again, thank you, everybody. Everybody, all the support I get always what makes this channel, great. And I'm looking forward to more content. And hopefully I can get him sometime here and come with me again.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll see what we come across next time. And I'll have part 2 up here soon of my investigation of Trailer 39, so look for that. And good night, everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. All right.